Yo, what's the deal, family? Welcome back to another SOS podcast. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin.
Hey.
What's going on, baby? My dog, Audie.
Yep.
What's going
Audie's
on, babe?
here. Oh, nothing. Cheers. What are we
Cheers.
sipping on?
Ginger beer. Non-alcoholic type of day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a mocktail, but it's like really good ginger beer. So good enough to drink by
It
itself.
passes the test. We had a really fun date this weekend.
We did.
We went to go see the MJ musical.
Mm-hmm.
They're here in Detroit.
It was really good.
It was so good. We got the tickets at the last minute, but we had some good seats.
I think
too.
Erin had FOMO.
I did.
Yeah.
I had FOMO because my parents and my aunt and uncle went, and then I
No,
saw.
your parents hadn't gone yet.
Well, they had tickets.
Yeah.
And then my aunt and uncle actually went. And they said how incredible it was. My cousins flew in from out of town to go with their parents. And
Yeah.
then I just saw people around social media gone and saying that it was really,
really?
good. So I was like, okay, I'm getting tickets because I'm going to be mad if it's really good and we missed out. And we both like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So
I'm
thought
not
it
a
was nice.
musical like type of cat, but it was. We were saying yesterday we had no expectations, but
It
if we
just,
did,
blew them
it blew them
apart.
out the water. So
But the thing is like, even though I'm not necessarily a musical person, this was different because it was actually his music. Like, it wasn't like they were singing the lines necessarily. Like, they
Right.
did sometimes, but for the most part, the music was his music.
It was his music,
So it
yeah.
wasn't like they were singing what their conversations were,
Right.
which is what I hate. Like, I can't follow musicals when they do that. Stop. So yeah, it was fun. And then we tried a new
we
restaurant.
did
It was so
a little
good.
Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant is downtown. It's called Hiroki-san, and I think I'm saying it right. But
I think that's how you pronounce it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're trying to really push ourselves with trying new foods and really enjoying our date nights a little bit more than just kind of like let's just like run and go out to dinner and like go to a
Right.
usual spot. Like, we're trying to really
Choose a new restaurant. It hit a little
Choose
different now that we
places.
have a baby. So it's
Yeah.
just like the dates have to be elite,
yeah.
and a easy way to make it elite is to sometimes try new things, and we have new conversations just
Yeah.
because we're inspired by something new
Yeah.
and trying something new. So yeah.
Mhm. And then they had a speakeasy in the same
next
little
door.
area next door. So we went there and it was cool.
Does the restaurant own the speakeasy?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know if the hotel, like, I don't know if they're affiliated in
Like it
some
was
way.
a joint effort.
Yeah,
type
because
of thing?
the restaurant and the bar are both like Japanese inspired.
That's what
So
I'm
they
saying.
could
I think
both be, I
yeah.
think they're probably affiliated.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was cool. I mean, the bar was, the vibes were better than the actual drinks, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the bartenders weren't like bartendering.
Yeah,
Like they made the drinks well that they did make, but they weren't
like giving the energy.
yeah, they weren't
you know?
engaging with people at the bar, which was only like
It
5
wasn't
of
even
us
that
at the
many of us
bar.
in there. But when we go out to eat, we like to sit at the bar to like watch them make the
Yeah.
cocktails and engage with the bartender,
Yeah.
and they just weren't. So
Yeah, so we had one drink and then we like wrapped up our night.
yeah,
Because we like to experience the cocktail, the crafting of the cocktails, and there was no experience there.
Mm-mm.
So all of the vibes was nice, but experience
Could have had more.
from the bartender, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this or that, Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Christmas.
For
For sure.
Why?
Why not?
You are a Christmas crazy person. Like, you literally love Christmas.
Yeah, for sure.
What do
What do you think? What do
are
you choose?
doing? What is wrong with this dog? Like, what is she doing? If you're watching, this dog is crazy.
She only does this with her mom.
Yeah, I don't know. She just hazes me. But I would say Christmas, just because of like the holiday spirit, the festive, like
Yeah.
the festivity aspect of it. But I do love Thanksgiving.
No,
like,
it's not. I think the thing is with Thanksgiving, it gets the shine that it deserves, right?
it doesn't. It doesn't
does.
get any shine.
I
What are
think
you
it
talking
does.
about? Literally, everything goes from Halloween.
I think it does.
And then it jumps to Christmas.
Right,
Like,
but
literally,
hear
it's
me out.
Christmas, and it's November
Yeah, I
1st
know.
or 4th as
Yeah,
we're recording.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh.
But No, I think those 3 days, that Wednesday through Friday.
Babe, that is
No,
horrible.
for real. I think that the Christmas holiday obviously starts November 1st, immediately after Halloween, right? Halloween's cool, fun vibe, whatever. You know, if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. Whatever. Christmas starts November 1st, though. But Thanksgiving is a 3-day stretch within the holiday, within the Christmas season. So in those 3 days, I feel like the light is shined as bright as it
It
possibly
doesn't.
on Thanksgiving,
Be-
because like Thanksgiving it breaks up the big Christmas season for a short time,
yeah.
and it gives you a different family vibe than you're gonna get at Christmas. You know,
I mean, yeah, but I still don't think it gets the shine that it deserves.
I don't know.
I feel like
why do you think
Thanksgiving,
that?
I feel
Because
like
it'd be a good time Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is a good time, but from a consumerism perspective, it does not get the shine that it deserves.
What you want people to be buying stuff?
I'm saying, like, there's
We
no
got football. We got the
there's no like, oh, like let's keep the fall decorations up through Thanksgiving. Let's, talk about, I don't know,
Some people do.
tablescapes and
People don't
recipes. And
people don't
this
put
and
up their
that,
Christmas
and
stuff
like,
until like the day after Thanksgiving.
no, people put their Christmas stuff up on November 1st.
Some people do, but
A
most
lot of
people I
people
feel
do.
like don't really actually get into it until
Most
like,
people
the
have
day
their
after or
Christmas
so.
stuff up before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
We
I feel like
don't.
we're late bloomers when we put it up after Thanksgiving. People be like, y'all still ain't got y'all stuff up yet. Like, it gets earlier and earlier every year.
For sure. I agree with that. But that's lit.
Oh my gosh. I love a good wake up on Thanksgiving, make some hot chocolate, turn the fireplace on. When I was living with my parents, my mom had Thanksgiving. Well, she still has it, but we don't live there. But I would wake up from the smell of the turkey.
Smell
Like,
the
she would
food.
wake up early in the morning and put the turkey in, and like it would just be like the food smell, and you're like on the couch watching the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving parade. And it was just, I don't know, it just gave me all the feels. And then you get to see everyone. And I feel like Thanksgiving is kind of like a more mild Christmas, like minus all the gifts
That's
and
what
all
I'm saying. Like,
the
it's within the
all of
Christmas
the
season. I think it's a part of Christmas.
babe.
You giving
Thanksgiving
thanks.
is not.
Amen. Amen. You give
Oh
thanks.
my
You
gosh.
tell
But
why you're
overall,
so thankful. No,
but overall, I would say Christmas, just because I love just the
man,
like all of the
I
festivities
think
surrounding Christmas.
no, real talk. I think for me, Christmas is just like it brings a different energy to I think the world. Honestly,
Yeah,
people are a
everyone's
bit more
nicer.
happier.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have people who experience some things that they can say, "Well, I'm not happy around this time." But I think from a general standpoint, I feel like it just brings happiness around. And then like within your family, you get to do something different. Like both of our families obviously we celebrate the holidays and all that, but it's just like we always get together. But Christmas time is like so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the one time that you can do it
Yeah,
differently.
it's like baking cookies
it's-
and
it
like
has-
going to see Christmas lights and driving around.
It
and
has
like,
a lot more to it. It's a
Yeah.
lot more build up to
Right.
the actual day.
Can you just sit still, please, sweetheart? Thank you. Jesus.
Yeah, so I say Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I would say
But
Christmas
Thanksgiving
too.
is amazing. The food
Yeah.
is good. The food is different than Christmas.
Yeah, well, a lot of people eat the same thing on Christmas
We
and
don't.
Thanksgiving.
Well, sometimes maybe.
Yeah, we do. Your
Your
side
mom,
definitely
yeah, my mom.
does.
Well, they sometimes do a thing. Yeah, they do a thing sometime.
Yeah. they
Yeah,
do.
for sure. And your mom does tacos every year.
Yeah, she does a big taco bar
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve.
So yeah, we get something different from Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Yeah.
for sure, food wise.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about like the holidays as we get closer in.
yeah.
So question.
What's up?
Do you feel like life was more enjoyable before kids or before kid?
Before kid. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I feel like
Oh my gosh,
it's
Audie, stop.
hey, relax.
I can't concentrate with you keep doing that.
Um,
Oof, okay.
I feel like it's a fair question, but a not fair question because it's not really comparable. Like, yes, of course, to me, it's better before the kid. But I think when the kid gets older, that's when you get those times. And like newborn, I don't know. I think it's just all based on where we're at with it. Like
Yeah.
somebody else can have a different answer, but I think having a baby, it's just 1 year in the beginning, it's just one big old adjustment. Now, granted, we have so much support. Like we've been able to go on dates, do 1, 2, and 3, have time to ourselves. So from that perspective, it is. But also, those look different to me now. Like just in the beginning, when we were talking about our date night this weekend, they just feel different now, and it is enjoyable and it is great. But it's not the same as before we had a kid because we're not out in the same way
Exactly.
before we had a kid. Like it's like at any given time, if we need to go home, we're going home.
Yeah.
Like we need to go get our kid. We need to go get our kid. Versus if Audrey's at home, she's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like this different from dog kid or whatever. But like that's our responsibility on a whole different level. So like the short answer is no. But it's not to me. It's not a bad thing to be able to say no.
Wait,
it just looks different.
You mean yes?
I mean, I'm saying
Short
like
answer is yes. It's more enjoyable before kids.
oh yeah, before yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
yeah.
So, what do you mean by more enjoyable?
I think it's just from my point of view, you have to deal with so much. You've had to deal with so much. Most women do when you have a baby. So from my POV, it's not as fun. Like I gotta adjust to you. I gotta adjust to a baby. Like I gotta do all these different adjustments. But also, for most men's POV, it's like I mean, obviously I could talk to you about it, but a lot of guys, they just kind of gotta thug it out, ain't sharing how they feeling about it. No one really cares about how they're feeling about everything. You know, it's kind of just like you better do whatever you gotta do for your family. And whenever you get your time back, you get it back, or you may never get it back. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of a easy way or a simple way of explaining it. It's just like this. It's a big adjustment. Like you adjust differently than I feel like I adjust.
Yeah.
Is more so what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would say that it's definitely a huge adjustment.
Yeah.
That's just a given. And I don't think we actually knew what to expect. I mean, we knew it was going to be like a big responsibility, but you really don't know what you're in for until you're in it, you know?
Yeah, no.
I would say that in terms of the ease of moving through life, yes, it was definitely more enjoyable before having a newborn. I do think, like you said, if we ask each other this question in about 5 years, the answer will be different.
It'll be different.
Yeah. Just because of basically your exact answer, like where we're at in parenthood right now doesn't really give us much freedom.
Yeah.
Like she has zero independence at this stage.
Yeah.
Like we haven't experienced her like growing up and experiencing different things and like seeing kind of the world through her lens because she doesn't even know what's going on yet.
Right.
So I feel like as we have more experiences with her and we can kind of just like, I don't know, see her see the world.
Yeah.
Like that will be so cool to me.
Right.
But we don't have that yet.
Yeah.
So and honestly, it's no rush. Yeah, it's no rush. Well, Cameron is like rushing her to get out the newborn phase, but there's really no rush.
I guess technically she's out of it, but
Yeah.
I need her to be like walking or doing something, jumping or something.
Yeah, there's really no rush, but I think because I know that we're gonna get a whole bunch of comments. Just hold on, because as soon as they're toddlers, now they're gonna be moving all over the place, and as soon as they're this, I think every phase obviously comes with its fair share of maybe pros and cons, if that's how you want to.
That's how life is, though.
Yeah, like even being an adult has its fair share of pros and cons from being a kid. Yeah,
to adult, like.
So everything obviously has its like pros and cons, but it is kind of like the days are slow, the weeks are fast with a newborn. It's like, oh my gosh, time is going by fast. Like you look up and she's however many weeks, but it's still kind of like she's still so little.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's the best way.
But
I think to answer what everybody continues to say is, yeah, we are enjoying our kid. It is fun in its ways. Like this weekend or for Halloween, for the first time, I felt like we were kids again. Like I feel like it brings a different vibe into our family or into our house now that we didn't have since we've been married, just because that's not what we've been on. Yeah. But like we carved pumpkin, like we did some things with the baby where it was like fun. But also, I can't wait until I can carve the pumpkin and she can too. Now,
Yeah.
granted, my nephew came over and we carved the pumpkin together, and it's different because he's like, "Oh, I want to color the pumpkin, Uncle. I want to do this." Like that's kind of fun. You get to see them light up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing it their way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus I carved out a pumpkin and I still won't carve it up.
Right.
You know, I want to see her, mess it up or,
Yeah.
even though I am a perfectionist, like.
Yes, babe. You have to let her mess it
But
up.
I'm saying I want to see her mess it up. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready for that. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know?
But what is also cool is seeing our parents in such
Oh,
bliss.
they
They
are
are
bliss.
just like, oh
Man.
my gosh, this is just crazy.
Really, the whole family, but
Yeah, our entire families are
They're
just
just like-
obsessed. and that's really sweet.
yeah.
Seeing them.
It's like you said, it's pros and cons to everything. And
Yeah.
honestly, having a baby is nothing about it is really a con.
No.
It's just more so the reality is I think what some of us may be scared to admit is just saying like, yeah, before you had a baby, it seemed a bit more enjoyable. You had some freedom.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't really realize the freedom that you have until you have a baby.
Yeah.
And
And-
that freedom is going to an extent because, like I said, if we're out, we still have to consider the fact that we have a kid at home.
Yeah.
And if someone says, hey, well, I can't watch a kid no longer, so they got something going on, we got to go home.
Yeah. It's so funny. I saw a meme and it was like, or a thread or something. And it was like, I guess I can never be tired since I don't have a kid. And so I guess people, like, I guess they'll say like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And then people who have kids will be like, you don't know tired until you have a kid. But I actually, like, I feel like tired is different with a kid.
No, tired is different.
Like, I actually agree with that statement in terms of.
I wouldn't agree with that.
In
though.
terms of you don't I won't
I
say
just
you
feel
don't
like it's
I,
not
I won't
fair.
say you don't know tired because obviously the tired that you experience is relative to like your life.
Yeah.
But I will say that like if you have a kid, the tired is just totally different. Like it's on a whole different level.
But I feel like it's not fair to be able to tell someone they ain't tired.
Yeah, it's not fair in
'Cause just,
theory,
like,
but
if
I
you're
feel
tired,
like being
you're
on the
tired.
other side of it, like I can actually see how people with kids
But
could say
I'll
that.
say
but
this,
people
too. I
always
think-
project. Like people are
Yeah.
always gonna project on.
But that's what I was
other
gonna say.
people,
A lot of also too people like the world kind of revolves around having a kid. Like
Yeah.
you're supposed to have kids when you're such and such, or you should have kids by now. So you don't know what it is to be tired because you ain't got no kids yet. Like, what if I don't want no kids? What
Right.
if that person they tired because they up from 4 to whatever time they're done for the day. From they up at 4 a.m. and they going to bed at 9 p.m. Like, you know
For
what I mean?
sure.
You can
I
be
agree.
tired. Like, that's fair to be tired because you have long days for whatever it is you're doing in life. Now, I would say it is different, but for me, like my perspective is I've never been so sleepy at the end of the day, but I have so much energy now having a kid.
Yeah,
Like, I do a lot during the day because of the baby.
yeah.
So,
I agree. I
The
think
tired looks different to me.
the tired is definitely different. I
Yeah.
don't agree with the projecting, but I understand,
understand
now
the
that I'm a
statement.
parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think that was the point. Like not necessarily the fact that like you're not entitled to feel how you feel. I think it's just like once you're in a certain space in life, like you appreciate things differently because
Yeah.
like you can actually just go to sleep if you're
if you want to.
tired when you don't have a kid.
Yeah.
When you're
When you got a
tired
kid,
with a
You
kid,
gotta wait till they go to sleep.
you can't just go to sleep. like like there's a whole
you
different cycle of how things work
you are
when
up.
you're a parent and
Yeah.
it's different. And I think that's kind of my point of that's the enjoyable part that you don't necessarily get to experience when you have a baby.
Right.
Like when they're so little. It's
Yeah.
like you're just like you're on their where they're at. Like you're
Right.
doing what they do. You're on their time. Like as much as now I say you're on their time, and I feel like we've had this talk a lot on the podcast about like how we will ease the baby into our schedule and we will, life keeps moving when you have a baby. Like it doesn't have to stop. And me saying that you're on your kids or your baby's time doesn't mean that like life is stopping. Like we're still making it a priority to get this podcast up. Like we're still
Yeah.
making it a priority to have dates. We're still making it a priority to get stuff done. Does it look different?
Yeah.
Yes. But like it doesn't stop. We just kind of have to evolve with what our life looks like right now. but I think it's just different. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
person,
it's different for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
think the same way people can project their, I guess, opinion on when they have a kid to people who don't. I'll say this on, I guess, to for people, I guess, who still don't have kids. It's just that whether you have kids or not, you still have to decide whether or not you're gonna move forward in life.
yeah,
And even though at nighttime when it's time to go to bed, you have to wait till the baby goes to bed, it's still your decision whether or not you did what you needed to do to, I don't know, maybe your last nap in the day so you can, maybe get an hour nap before they go to bed at night. I don't know, something like that. Like where you're not feeling like, oh man, my time is on their time. Sometimes your
hmm,
time is their time. Maybe you share that moment to, I don't know, nap. I don't know.
yeah,
Like different stuff like that.
yeah,
But I just think it's just like when you don't, like I said, whether you're a parent or you're not, like I just feel like you still got the same 24. It may look different. It could honestly look the same.
yeah,
We may be parents doing better than people who ain't parents. You don't know.
yeah.
Just because they decide like, oh, well, I'm gonna be up, I'll play the game till 4 a.m. You might
Hmm.
as well have a kid then, because you decided to be up to play the
Right.
game 4 a.m. And you got to go to work at 6. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
think it's just perspective.
Hmm.
Now someone might say you're done for playing the game. Ain't nobody gonna call you done for having a kid though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they want to enjoy the game. Let them enjoy the game.
Right.
It's like you want to enjoy your kid. Enjoy your kid. You just up for different reasons.
Yeah.
So like, ain't nobody really dumb in the situation. That's all. That's why I think it's just like it is different, and I get what a
Hmm.
lot of parents are saying. I just think the mindset has to shift, and which is what we continue to talk about. We talk about time.
Hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see how things continue to go.
It's really
She's,
not.
it's not bad.
So
It's not bad at all. We went to church today for the first time, which was
we
nice.
actually got there.
And we
on
got there
time.
on time.
Yeah.
Like that was a win. I couldn't even get there on time pregnant
I was just
or
about to- I just
non-pregnant,
thought about
honestly.
that. Yeah, I was about to say before the baby was even here, you were late.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's harder to achieve our goals now that we have a kid? Oh,
Uh-oh.
she just woke up.
Here,
I'm gonna go
Go get
grab
her.
her.
I already feel the. You want some more ginger beer? All right, we're back. If you're watching, the baby is here now. Speaking of time, she never lets us get through an episode. If you're listening, the baby is here. You were asking if is it harder to achieve
Oh yeah, your
our goals?
Yeah.
Like yes and no. I feel like the goal doesn't change. I think the way you get there has.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like this is not the first time where getting something or getting somewhere has changed in our lives. You know?
Yeah.
So like even now, like I guess I don't really look at it because having a baby should really change it. That's why I say yes and no. Is it a different type of responsibility? Yeah. I wouldn't call it a fork in the road though, because you still got to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's the best way I can look at it.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be that hard of a thing, or I guess you shouldn't really throw yourself into the sand just because you got a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the people who I look to for inspiration
They just-
all have kids.
Yeah.
And like
And they going
they
crazy.
figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
And it's just really that simple. And regardless of how many resources you may have or not have in your eyes, like I feel like
Right.
there's still opportunity to make things happen.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like how we choose to go about it, you
Yeah.
know? And so I don't know. I think that a kid can very well be an excuse to like stop. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
but I
absolutely.
think it
I
can
can
also
see-
be a motivation to
Yeah.
keep going.
I
You know,
can
it just
see-
depends on how you look at
Yeah,
it.
I can see how you stop.
Yeah.
I just ain't stopping.
Yeah.
I feel like we're more on the motivated side versus on the side of like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah. We also just want 2 kids. Like, we ain't trying to have all these babies.
yeah, that too.
I'm like, you know what? Everybody keeps asking, like, do y'all want more kids? Like, how's it been with the first? Cameron is not fully there yet.
Yeah, I ain't there yet.
I'm there. I'm like,
You're
well,
there?
I'm there in the sense that I know I want another child.
Oh,
Like, I'm not
That's
ready
like
to have another kid. Oh,
Oh,
no.
Lord,
oh,
have
my
mercy.
gosh, no. Oh, my, I can't even. If I found out I was pregnant in the next, I don't know, even year, I would be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no.
So no, we're not ready to have more, but I know I want to have one more.
It's like I want her to have a sibling.
But the thought of us having 2 kids sounds insane.
Yeah, like I think all kids should have a sibling if you know, if that's what you're blessed with.
Yeah.
But I'm also cool. I ain't mad at no one.
No. I feel like one child honestly ends up being more work than just having 2.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like how it is. Because, I mean, like I said, I look at my guy, Ryan. Like, I feel like they're going crazy. But I'm not saying that as
Ryan?
Ryan Serhant.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the one daughter. I feel like they live in life breezy.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, you can live a very happy life with a one child.
Yeah, I guess I'm not. I'm just obviously joking around. But I'm not like...
You're not hard pressed. Like if I was like, I don't want any more, you would be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, it's your call anyway. Like, obviously, I mean, if I want a whole bunch of kids, you would probably consider it. But I'm not. I don't know.
I wouldn't.
You probably would. You're just talking for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just really wish I do now. What I want to experience, I want to experience the desire to actually be like, I want a kid,
like another one.
Yeah.
I really wonder if you'll get to that point. I just don't see it. I genuinely do not.
Uh-oh.
Is she spitting up?
Mm-mm.
Oh. I genuinely don't ever see you being like, oh yeah, babe, I'm really ready for another one. Like, let's start trying. I don't see that. I feel like us getting pregnant again will have to be how it happened this
already.
time.
That's probably how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So
I don't know, man. I want her to have a sibling. I'm just like, whew. I love the kids though. Obviously, I love my kid. Like I have like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's great to have a kid, but I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, I guess I just got to have another one, and then I'll just love the next one to
figure it out.
Like, at this point, that's just what it got to be. Cause there's no other way around it with me. I'm just gonna accept that now.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, we just get pregnant.
Like. Yeah, because you're not ever gonna get there. Oh, I just know you. Well, okay. Yeah. And I think, and
also I do want to say, I don't want to make it seem like, I know people have sometimes struggles with getting pregnant. We have people in our family that have as well. So I'm not trying to make, I guess, light or, I don't know. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's like not a blessing because it is. But yeah, I don't know. I just simply don't have that, I don't know. Hey, babe, you trying to have a baby?
It's still yes, obviously we have a lot of, remorse for people who go through that. But I think it's still a very big decision to consider.
At the end of the day.
It's a very big decision that you should have some level of preparation for. Yeah, or thought toward, So, but yeah, anyway. Well, okay. I think, life just always brings about what I think that I'll say this. It's the perfect timing. I personally feel.
I think it was the perfect timing too, now that she's here.
Yeah. Exactly.
When you were pregnant, I wasn't finding it like the perfect timing.
But it's like, is there ever perfect timing?
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think it's
I just don't think
I don't ever think there's a right time for honestly anything.
Yeah.
You're over there struggling.
Because she dropped her passy and I tried to get it, but then my arm bumped the thing and it's just a lot. Yeah, just sit on the table. Yeah, I don't think there's a perfect time.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think, honestly, even how my life goes, like, nothing has happened in the perfect time anyway. Like, I feel like everything has happened in a good time, and and the results have yielded, like, oh, you know what? When I look back, even in the moment, I'm like, man, I wish 1, 2, and 3. But, like, when I get the results that I've been working for, and, put in some work for this one, I'm just saying, like, the result is bigger than whatever the experience on the way there has been in my journey in life in general. So that's kind of how, I guess, like I say, I look at it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, River, she's just, She's a great baby.
Yeah.
She's just like, okay, y'all. She's yawning. She just yawned.
She don't care about this.
Oh, okay, sweetheart. You want to let the people know how you're feeling? I know.
We should probably go feed her. Yeah, we need to go feed our kid. So this is I guess in lieu of this particular episode, this is what it looks like. It is different now, but it's just like we're choosing to still show up, not only for like a podcast, not only for like work, not only for just the baby, but also for each other. I think that's the biggest thing. If you're able to show up for each other, for yourself, and for everything else every day, like you're choosing to show up. So I feel like if you choose to show up, then you good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's probably gonna be a bit harder.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But like I said, we got to feed our kid. This is I don't even know how long this was. We had a little pause. It's at 37 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's not 37 minutes. Yeah. But yeah. So if you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one. This is the holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year.
Oh my gosh. We just hit November.
It is November 3rd today.
Oh my gosh.
You know, we're about to go watch a few more Christmas movies. Go Lions. They got the dub today, even though the NFL and the New York tried to cheat us out the game, throwing my man's branch out. But yeah, you know, shout out to your team, but not. And we'll see you next time. So,
Bye.
see you. Bye.